You remember, guys, like how all these people after 2020 just started showing up out of nowhere and telling you what you already know? And for the longest time, we're banging our head against the wall, figuring out who are these influencers? Where do they come from? They have no background. They've never been on social media until after 2020. And they're allowed to tell us what we already know, and they don't get deleted. Well, what's happening? Well, it was USAID, folks. Department of Justice tries to block Musk deposition in lawsuit over USAID cuts. What is USAID? Well, USAID was funding influencers across the Commonwealth. And we got the numbers here tonight. So we got the numbers here. So these people came and they're selling mugs, t-shirts, they're making a fortune. And all these channels now in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Canada, and in the United States, they're all saying, well, my channel's getting terminated, I'm being deleted, I'm losing subscribers, they're removing subscribers. They're not removing nothing. Everything that was built off these people was all paid views, was all, because I got the email. They asked me to join them, and they were going to pay me per episode. I was going to be the Joe Rogan of Canada. And I said, know what? No, I'm not selling out. I don't need the money. I'd rather starve to death homeless on the streets than take their money. And I read the emails to you guys in videos. They offered me everything. They offered me the world. But I said no. Now, there's all these YouTubers, Facebook, all these influencers saying, oh, I'm losing subscribers, I'm this, I'm that. It's because the USAID got cut off. And it looks like they're not growing. We don't grow because we're shadow banned. We're still at the same. We don't move. We've been here 15 years and we don't move. But let me tell you, 7,001 Canadian influencers paid by USAID. 7,001 influencers. But you're going to say, well, my influencer's been on YouTube for 10 years, Mike. They were doing tool videos, rock climbing videos, camping videos. After 2020, look at the timeline, switch over. Money arrives. 7,001 Canadian influencers paid. 3,122 Australian influencers paid. New Zealand influencers paid 2,144. UK influencers paid 8,211. That is basically 20,000 content creators, journalists, podcasts, TikTok personalities, YouTubers, fact checkers, micro-influencers across the Commonwealth in the sphere, Xers, all kinds of people with their hands in the same pocket. And people think USAID is an international development. Wrong. USAID is one of the largest soft power instruments the U.S. government has. It funds media partnerships. It supports civil society messaging. It bankrolls information and stability programs. And it pays influencers to push narratives. Right? A lot of influencers were pushed to push Pierre Poilievre. Pierre Poilievre in Canada. They were pushed. But Pierre Poilievre is conservative. Why would they push that? They were pushing that, and they were pushing the anti-Trudeau legislation, all the stuff Trudeau was doing. They were paid to push that, to divide us even further, right? Even though every political party is on the same team. So there it is right there, and there's USAID right there from the American people, and this is what USAID is basically media partnerships and civil society messaging it works on. And then here it is. Bono, poser, USAID, game over, USAID exposure, controlled information distribution. So we were trying to figure out how the hell did these people come out of nowhere, and what does Bono have to do with it? Well, Bono threatens Trump to bring back USAID, or there will be trouble, or there will be trouble. USAID is controlled information distribution. I've been trying to figure out for years, banging my head on the wall. Why are these people that nobody knows all of a sudden becoming celebrities? And we were telling you guys this years ago. Now it's USAID. Now Bono wants USAID to come back because these influencers are dropping off because they're not getting paid anymore. Now, Canadian numbers, you don't have to believe me when I say this. 7,001 Canadian influencers, 7,001 are receiving USAID in Canada. And this was a May 31st, 2025 video that we did on Odyssey to let you guys know all these people that showed up all of a sudden. They're there for the money, folks. A majority of them. I'm not saying all, but a majority of them are there. They're just there for the money. They're there for a paycheck. We never took it. I could die in peace knowing I've never sold you guys out. I've never lied to you. I have no reason. I don't get paid to lie to you. So I've been 100% transparent with you guys since day one. And I love you guys.